What up, guys? Kevin here. Sorry about the thumbnail. This is the naughtiest thing that Bing AI image generator would generate for me without being blocked. For today's subject, which is going to the strip club. I want to talk about my experience going to the strip club. I've been going, pretty regularly since October, like once a month. So I've probably gone to maybe about like 8 or 10 times. And yeah, I've had a really good time the last couple times. There's been a couple times where I still had a good time, but the last couple times have been really good. I think I really got it down to a science, at least for me. Everyone has a different objective going to the strip club. I think my friends, they want attention. For me, I want to keep as much as my money, which is $300. I bring $300. And if I spend the 300, that's fine. But it's really nice. Like the other night, I think still came home with like $100, like $150. But I also want to have fun. I want boobs and other stuff in my face. So that's my goal. But yeah, let's talk about like the do's or don'ts. What to wear? What do you wear when you go to a place like this? I guess whatever you want. I mean, when you walk in, the bouncer or whatever is going to take your ID and pat you down. I'm sure if you're wearing something that you shouldn't wear, he's going to tell you to leave. Sweatpants, though, I just learned this the other night. I didn't know, like, the strippers will just come and sit on your lap. Get to that in a minute. And I didn't know what to talk about. I'm like, oh, what about sweatpants? How do you feel about those? They're like, yeah, some places don't allow them. I'm like, what? Really? For me, I'm just like, I want to wear whatever's comfortable for them to grind on. So my attire is I wear like a corduroy black shirt that I bought from H&M. That's like feels really good. Ladies love rubbing their hands on it. And I just bought a black pair of Nike sweatpants. No underwear. I don't wear underwear. Like, why would I do that? I'm just dressed in all black. But yeah, you can wear whatever you want. Jeans are okay. I feel like jeans would be a little too rough, but I mean, if they got you back there grinding, giving you a dance, they're happy. They're getting money. Some of these girls, the place I go to, I would say every stripper there is about an 8. I would say at least an 8. But then there's a couple where I do think there's a personality thing. They don't have it in them to go up and talk to everybody. I'm sure it's exhausting to go up and get rejected. I mean, these women get rejected. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, actually, let's get right to that. Rejecting a stripper, because it happens. The place I go to is really nice because I can pretty much hide and they leave me alone generally, but there's other places where they're relentless. Been into a strip club where it's just constantly, they're just one after another, just coming sitting on your lap. And it gets to the point where you're just like, oh, this place hates me because God forbid I only accept a dance every 5th stripper that comes and talks to me. No, this place will leave you alone. Generally, I find if you just don't make eye contact, they'll just keep walking. It also helps if you're a little bit ugly. Be a little bit ugly too. You know, I'm in my mid-30s. I got some gray hair. Yeah, I lost my fastball, but it works out because I don't need to be rejecting left and right. Speaking of rejection, I've learned this the hard way. I've gotten in fights with strippers over this. Just say no. Just say no. Even if you're not lying. Because what I used to say, maybe later. There was one time I was going to come back the next night. The place was closing. One of the strippers came up to me. And going to the same place over and over, there's a few that just never talk to me. Just don't. I'm like repellent. They see me and they're like, ew, no. But this one finally came and talked to me. And I was like, no, I'll come back tomorrow. And she's like, don't tell me that. Just say no. I'm like, but I'm going to come back tomorrow. And I did come back tomorrow. And she didn't ask. But I was like, that was really rude. But I found out after talking to a few, like, no, just say no. Just say no. Even if you are going to get one later, just ask for one later. Just say no. And you don't want to waste their time. I see a lot of guys waste their time. Some strippers seem fine with that. You know, they're social. They just want to talk. But for me, on the other hand, I'm one of those, like, if If I'm talking to you, I'm getting a dance. You're getting money from me. If not, I'm just going to say no, and that's what you should do. Talk about the stage. Don't sit along the stage unless you're going to give them money. I seen it a few times where the guys will just go sit right up on the stage, and the dancers, they go and give them a bunch of attention, and they don't give any money. And the look on their face is quite hilarious. It's good for me. It's good people watching, just to just watch the balls on that guy, just sit back and not give any money while she's like basically putting her ass in his face. But no, if you're up there, give a few bucks. Now, there's people like my friends who will give them money when they're not looking. I usually wait till they're looking. I usually wait till they give me attention. There's been times where they haven't given me attention. I didn't throw up any money. Like, I'll do that. Like, if you're going to go work, the people around the stage and you don't work me, you won't get any money. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I usually wait till they come up to me and I throw a few bucks. A few bucks here, a few bucks there. It's also a great way if you want to get their attention and if you want a dance from one of them. I did that. I'm like, oh, I want to dance from this girl here. So I went up to the stage. I usually sit in the back, and then I just kept throwing her dollar bills, probably only like $15, but it was enough for her to go, oh, maybe this guy likes me. And usually right away they'll come and take you back. So let's talk about the lap dance. Now I just get the cheap ones. There's like a middle range. I don't know what that is. And then there's like the VIP room. For me, I don't know what the difference is besides the cheap ones. You're just kind of in an open area, but it's not like I'm looking at everyone else. Though there was one time where I wasn't feeling my stripper and I kept looking ahead over at this other dude getting a dance from a really hot stripper, and we locked eyes. The stripper, not the dude. And I just blew her a kiss and gave her like a disgusted look, like I wasn't feeling my dance, and got a dance from her later. So go me. But yeah, let's talk about those dances. They usually will bring you back. The polite thing to do is they wait to the next song. If they don't, I would leave. I'd be like, yo, I'd be like, hey, am I getting this rest of the song for free? But the place I go, they charge you about 25 to 40 bucks per song. I usually get about 3 songs on average. Sometimes if I'm being very strict with my money, I'll tell them up front, like, hey, I just want 2 songs or 3 songs. Sometimes I like to have a way out. If I'm not feeling it the first song, I usually will probably give them a second song. And if not, I'll just end it there. But yeah, I take everything out of my pocket. I don't touch at all. And I will seriously be sitting there with pretty much my arms behind my back while everyone else I see is like manhandling their strippers. But I would say 8 out of 10 times they give me the okay. They will physically grab my hand and put it on their boobs. And then it's on. I just touch everywhere besides, the vagina and butthole. I'm not going to. Should I try that next time? Maybe like poking the doorbell? Nah, I get kicked out. But the Mexican women, really good at giving lap dances. It's easy and they don't care. They'll grab your wiener. You want a good tip from me? Grab my wiener. In a strip club, and if you're a stripper. And it's a consensual dance. White women, oh man, it's like, I don't know. It's like they do it against their will. They try not to touch you, and it's awkward. I think I've only gotten one really good lap dance from a white woman, which kind of sucks because there's some brunettes that I'm like really into at this place, but they give bad dances. Just sucks. But the Mexican ones, they're pretty damn good. pretty damn good. There's one, like, she keeps flashing me her vagina. I'm like, it's alcohol strip club, so they can't take their bottoms off. But, she's like, I was looking, here's a peek. And I'm like, cool. I did have one Friday night, though. And this poor girl been trying to get a dance from one of us for a while. She has like a big old mole on her butt. I just want to be like, mole, 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 mole. You want to cut it up and make guacamole? All right, that's mean. But I'm not really attracted to her. My friend leaves, and the problem is, like, my friend leaves, then I'm all by myself, and that's when they come. They just come after me one by one. Now, typically, I'm like, I don't make eye contact at all, and usually they'll just keep walking by. But this girl, she just came like, hey, can we chat? And I was like, okay. She sat on my lap, and I was like, whatever, I'll get a dance. This woman puts her ass in my face. And I don't really breathe in when they do that, unless they're really hot. But it was just there for a while that I had to breathe in, and oh my God, I just got shit, just the shit smell. It went in my nostrils and in my mouth. And I was like, and luckily she turned around, but I was like, oh my God. After the song, I just ended it there. It was disgusting. Disgusting. If there's any stripper ladies, please clean down there. I get it. You're up there working. But if you take a shit, I don't know, like, clean that. Like, don't be a one wipe Samantha. Like, you wipe brown, wipe brown, wipe brown, wipe brown, wipe white, wipe white, wipe white. And then you use some actual dude wipes or whatever they're called, chick wipes, stuff that you're not supposed to flush down. And then you hop in the shower. That shit was rank. Like, it's still in my nostrils. I can still smell it. That sulfur. Fuck. Ugh. And of course, it's one I didn't even want to dance for. It was gross. It was gross. So that's my only tip for the strippers watching. Clean your ass. Clean your ass, clean your vagina. Like, there's a difference between, all right, it's kind of sweaty, that kind of sweaty funk, and, yo, you just took a big fat shit, and I don't think you wiped. Or I don't think she even, like, washed her stuff. It was gross. It was gross. Yeah, ultimately, I have a good time. Bartenders, I mean, you go to bars, you know how to interact with those. I'm not really great. I'm not very sociable. I'm not sociable at all. I don't want to talk to really anybody there. Just all business. Good for people watching. But yeah, that's going to the strip club. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I got to be forgetting something. But yeah, you can have a good time not bringing much money. $300. I mean, that's a lot of money for some, but for me, it's like, okay, once a month I can do that. And I'm usually there from like, 10 to 2, so like 4 hours. So I'm spending less than $100 an hour. Mainly just getting drinks. I usually just get like about 4 to 6 drinks. And then maybe I will throw up maybe $20 to $40 on stage and get like 2 dances. You know? The way I do it, though, is, of course, when I arrive, like about 10 to 11 or whatever, try not to spend any money. But as soon as it gets like past midnight, that's when I'm like, okay, now it's on. Now I can start making eye contact. I'll start making eye contact with like any of the hot strippers. There's one, again, like coming to this place. There's a few that just don't talk. I have my eye on them, but they just will never talk to me. To be fair, I don't really give them any attention either or support them at the stage. But one woman, like one brunette, I'm like, whoa, she's finally talking to me? So she comes, she's like, hey, babe. And I'm like, hey. So she's like, oh, what you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just waiting. My friend is in the bathroom peeing out his wiener. And her look was just like, ugh, what the fuck? And she just walked away. She just turned around and walked away. And I felt so bad when she was dancing on stage. Like a few songs later, I just threw up like $5. And she's like, thanks, babe. But her face was like, ugh, are you retarded? Which for me, like, that is just as good as a lap dance. Just having weird, awkward interactions like that. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know what else to say here. If you're scared, just go have fun. It's You got to remember, guys, chicks are just dudes without dicks. Especially these places when they don't even have tits. Like, they really have no boobies. Every once in a while, you'll see someone with a C cup. Most of them are like A cup, B cup. They always go to the bar. I look down the bar. I'm like, oh, that guy doesn't have a shirt on. Oh, that's a stripper. Like, my titties are bigger than hers. All right, well, I got to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Later.